What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Erica from The In-Between, and today I'm going to be breaking down a platform that a lot of you guys have been talking about online called the Ecommerce Accelerator by Chase Chappell. If you've ever searched up anything about TikTok or Facebook ads or just running paid traffic for e-commerce stores, then you've probably come across this guy's content. In this review, I'm diving into what the program is, what you actually get when you join, how much it costs, and whether it's even worth your time. And of course, I'll reveal whether or not this kind of business model actually works for most people long term, or if there's a way more passive and honestly a way less stressful way to make money online these days. And just a quick disclaimer here, guys, before we get started, I'm not affiliated with Chase Chappell or any of his programs in any way. This is all just my personal opinion based on my own research and experience with his platform. With that being said, let's jump right in. All right, so Chase Chappell's course is called the Ecommerce Accelerator program, and it's all about digital marketing, specifically paid ads. He teaches something called his Rush method, which basically combines data-driven scaling, psychology-based messaging, and optimized funnels. His main thing is helping brands run Facebook and TikTok ads that actually convert, and he's worked with a ton of Shopify brands in the past. The basic course runs for $697, and then there's a one-on-one mentorship version that jumps all the way up to $10,000, which obviously gives you a lot more direct access to Chase and his team over the next 6 months. So it's definitely positioned as more of a premium thing. When it comes to Chase himself, he has been in the game for a while now, and his agency, Chappell Digital Marketing, actually got acquired by a company called Dow Media, I hope I'm saying that right. He's now a partner there and has also built his own AI platform called Surge to help Shopify stores track and improve their ad performance. So when you actually get inside the Ecom Accelerator program, you're getting a few different things just depending on what level you buy into. At the base level, you get step-by-step training on how to run paid ads using his Rush method. It focuses mostly on TikTok and Facebook ads and how to structure your campaigns to get the best results. There's also training on setting up your Shopify store and building funnels, and he also goes over customer engagement techniques and ad psychology. In the mentorship tier, you also get weekly coaching calls with the lead media buyer, plus twice a week Q&A calls with Chase himself. That tier also gives you lifetime access to all of his course material, which some people might find valuable, especially if they're trying to go all in on ads. Now, moving on to Chase's reputation online, he's definitely built a strong presence. He's got over 100,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel, where he shares a lot of ad tutorials and case studies. And his Instagram has barely crossed over 200,000 followers, filled with a lot of short tips, behind-the-scene clips, and client results. So he's definitely not new to the game, and a lot of people look to him as a go-to for paid ad strategies. His Udemy courses also have very solid ratings, sitting at around 4.2 stars, and a lot of his students seem to like the way he explains things, especially when it comes to TikTok or building funnels. But once I started digging into his agency further and more of his high-ticket offers, then I started to notice a lot of one-star ratings on platforms like Reviews.io, and a lot of his students have left some pretty harsh feedback. Clients complain about spending tens of thousands of dollars for barely their results, poor communication, and just a general lack of professionalism. There's even a few Reddit threads that I found where some students claimed to work at his agency, said that the course was decent but definitely overpriced, and that most of it can honestly be found on YouTube for free. Another reviewer said that Chase gave a lot of vague, unhelpful advice during his calls and even breached a non-disclosure agreement. Now, breaking down the actual cost of his programs, like I said earlier, his base course starts at $697, which isn't insane compared to other ad-focused courses. But once you do add in his mentorship, it jumps up to $10,000, and that's where the price to value starts to get a little shaky here. You're paying 10 grand for just a few calls a week and some pre-recorded content, and you're still responsible for running all of your ads, dealing with clients, tracking results, and troubleshooting when things go wrong. So there's obviously a lot of moving parts here. And the thing is, guys, paid ads are not a one and done type of deal. You need to constantly tweak things, test creatives, deal with platform changes, and keep your budget rolling. So even if you do earn a lot inside the course, you're still facing a business model that depends heavily on running ads and having ongoing capital. And with that being said, here's where I think a lot of people get tripped up. The business model itself is built entirely around Facebook and TikTok ads, both of which are not what they used to be. Back in the day, you can throw up half a decent ad and see results pretty quickly. But now it's extremely expensive, oversaturated, and it's a complete nightmare to manage if you don't already know what you're doing. The learning curve is also very steep. That means you have to understand ad copy, targeting, creatives, split testing, audience behavior, and constantly monitoring your campaigns because results can tank overnight. You can follow all of the steps to a T and still lose money just because the platform decided to update something or your ad account gets flagged. And don't forget, guys, you're not just running ads here, you're also paying for them, which means if you want to keep your traffic coming in, then you've got to keep feeding the budget. There's no real compounding effect. The second you stop spending, the leads stop rolling in. And for beginners, that's definitely a money pit. At the end of the day, social media ads might still work for some, but they require deep pockets, constant optimization, and nerves of steel. For a lot of people, especially starting out, that's just not a smart or sustainable play. So instead of running around chasing clients and tweaking ads all day, I build simple websites that rank on Google for local service niches, anything from towing, roofing, or in my case, fencing repair, basically whatever kind of businesses people are actually searching for in their local area. These websites that I build start getting leads once they rank, and then I rent all of those leads out to local businesses online. I don't need their permission to start, and I definitely don't need to convince them to work with me up front. I just build the site, rank it, and let the results speak for themselves. They get the calls, I get paid, and I don't have to touch it again once it's working. For example, I built a fencing repair site, as you can see here, in Colorado Springs a little over 2 years ago when I got started with the model, and it still continues to make me money month after month. I haven't updated it, I haven't run ads to it, I haven't even barely touched it, and it still continues to work for me around the clock. And the best part is, guys, I own all of my sites 100%. If a client decides to stop paying me, I basically just rent it out to their competition. That control is everything in the online business space. The digital rental method doesn't rely on constant ad spend, algorithms, or endless course upsells. It's simple, scalable, and actually passive once it's all set up. And most importantly, it's way more beginner friendly than you think. All right, guys, that's it for my review of Chase Chappell's Ecommerce Accelerator platform. If you found this review helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and drop down in the comments to let me know your thoughts on today's video. And if the digital rental method sounds like a smarter way to build an online business, I've linked a free training in the description below that explains exactly how it works in complete detail. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.